Ram fam? Welcome to the third episode of shepNews. I'm Marie Martin, and today we have an interview with the assistant stage manager and an actor from our English department's theater troupe, the Rude Mechanicals. A video from a special event that took place on October 9th, and ending with a special visit from our very own birthday clown. Let's get on with the show. Are you a fan of theater? Do you want to watch plays that aren't just modern musicals? Well, the Rude Mechanicals is a theater troupe at Shepherd devoted to two goals. One is production of ancient Greek, medieval, and Renaissance drama that are true to the spirit of the time in which these plays were first performed and are relevant to the 21st century audiences. And two is productions of short plays written by Shepherd University creative writing majors. Formerly run by English department head Dr. Elsie, it is now under the direction of Dr. V. Today, my colleague and resident Rude Mechanical Mac will be interviewing the assistant director and an actor from the Rude Mechanicals about their upcoming play, Macbeth.
Hi Cass, thank you for joining us today.
Hi.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like what it is you do, what you major in?
Yeah, I am a junior at Shepherd University, and I am a double major in strategic communications and English literature.
What drew you to working with the Rude Mechanicals? What kind of brought you in and made you want to work with them?
Yeah, so my freshman year, I had to go and see a Rude Mechanicals play and write a paper about it. And back then, if you asked me what I felt about the Rudes, it would be, they're okay. But I found myself going back to the Rudes and seeing shows when I didn't have to. And I always wanted to be a part of it, but never had the chance to. And now that I am comfortable with who I am and comfortable at Shepherd, I decided to join. And I think it's been the best decision I've made this year. It's phenomenal.
What is Macbeth about, as that is the play that is being performed?
Yeah, witchy business, there's murder, there's greed, romance. I think it's overall just a fun production. What we've done with it and what we're doing with it is different from anything I've seen before, and I'm very excited to show students and faculty and everyone that comes.
What if I don't understand Shakespeare? Like, what about for like younger audiences? What if it's kind of like, I don't understand the wording, all that sort of stuff? Should they and I still go to the shows?
Absolutely. You will end up understanding just by the way that we act and by the way that we portray our characters. I think it's a great opportunity to get introduced to Shakespeare because it's such a prolific play. If it's your first taste of Shakespeare, this is definitely the one to come see. There's spooks, there's scares, and it's in the fall, so it's just a phenomenal time to come see Macbeth.
You are the assistant stage manager for Macbeth. Do you know of any future plans or things, or for people that might be wanting to join the Rude Mechanicals, how can they go about doing that?
Yeah, so it's a class you can take. You actually do earn credit for the Rude Mechanicals, and it's semester by semester. So once you join, you can stay. You don't have to. You can take it for one semester and just have that be it. I think it's super fun. I definitely recommend it.
Thank you for the interview. I appreciated talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Talon. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your major? All that sort of stuff?
I'm a sociology major. I'm a sophomore. This is my second year at Shepherd, minoring in Spanish and psychology. Never acted before Rudes, so I don't have any other theatrical experience to talk about, but that's about it.
How long have you been working with the Rude Mechanicals?
Since 2 semesters ago, freshman year, I was the bosun in the Tempest. And then for the fall plays, which were student plays, and then the conversion of Thais, which was a medieval play, I was Disciple 2 and Lover 3.
Very specific roles. I love it.
Yep,
very specific.
That's their names.
What drew you to working with the Rude Mechanicals? How did you find them? How did you join them?
The draw for Rudes for me was that it was no experience required, and also you're basically guaranteed a role, which was big because I was worried about that. So that was super important to me. I never also read Shakespeare, even in high school or anything, so this was my first ever experience with Shakespeare in any way besides Romeo and Juliet. So being able to do it for the first time and experience it, even with no acting experience, was super important for me. And I definitely would have been too nervous to audition for anything else because I would expect to be turned away since I've never acted before.
Have they been particularly helpful with helping with learning how to act necessarily? Like if you're just first getting there?
I would say they definitely do a good job at explaining all of that, and they're super friendly and like helpful if you ask anything. Like I wouldn't be nervous to ask any question, even if it sounded a little dumb, because no one's going to be rude about it. Everyone's super nice and everyone's very helpful.
Despite the name.
Yes, exactly.
What is one of the things that makes working with the Rude Mechanicals so enjoyable and different from maybe other clubs or theater groups that you've heard about?
I feel like it's a lot more of like a family. Like it's my closest friends. I have, for various reasons, I've lost my car every semester I've done Rudes, and 2 members have had to give me rides every time, including for this semester. Shout out Mark and Julie. And just like, I can't imagine having that for any other sort of extracurricular or theater program. Everyone's just so helpful, and everyone is like willing to chip in and lend a hand, and it feels very safe and welcoming, I feel like, for everyone.
Would you recommend others to work with the Rude Mechanicals, and who would you recommend look into it?
I would say if you are like a little curious about theater, just audition. I think there's genuinely zero reason not to, because even if you get a role, even if you like get the email and you get cast as something, you can still reject it at that point. You're not locked into anything after auditioning, and you're basically guaranteed a part unless you punch someone in the face. So you might as well give it a shot. It's nerve-wracking, obviously, to audition, but there's no reason not to. And even if you decide not to continue with Rudes, you still auditioned once, so that can still help you in the future when you do it. In general, if you have even the slightest bit of interest in theater, I think you should audition for Rudes.
That's
at least
so
once.
Sweet. Me personally, I'm unbiased. I think Tech Crew is great. I will say also, though, definitely join Tech Crew if you are interested. It is a blast. Me and my roommate joined late. It is the funnest thing ever. Everybody included us very quickly, and any questions that we had, they answered beautifully. So even if you are just wanting to be behind the scenes, it is an incredible time to work with the Rude Mechanicals, and I'm definitely coming back next year because it is so much fun, and I love everybody there.
This semester, on October 3rd, the WSHC radio partnered with the Animal Welfare Society of Jefferson County to bring dogs to campus. On the front lawn of Canuti Hall, they brought 5 dogs for students to pet. We spent a very productive day going out to film the dogs, a very hard, strenuous task. But we managed to compile a set of footage. If any of these dogs stand out to you, go to 23 Poor Farm Road, Kearneysville, West Virginia, to adopt an animal. They are open from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday, and Sunday 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Now for the birthdays. Happy birthday.
This is my job! This is all I have! How does my wife love me? All I am is a birthday club! You can't take this from me! You can't take this from me!
Hello! I've heard that this week some special Rams have had their birthdays. I'd like to wish them a very happy birthday. Happy birthday to Wolfie Lockhart, Nick Carpenter, and Dave Martin. If you want your friends or faculty to have this very special day announced for all to hear, make sure to scan the QR code on posters found around campus to submit the very special day.
Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to keep an eye out for performances of Macbeth in November, and adopt, don't shop, for animals. Have a good day, and we'll see you next week. This was shepNews.